old, and I was inspired by one lesson. Still, I can speak about this because there is hundreds of lessons. We can understand it, we listen to same devotees, read about books, listen to our acharyas. So, and so this is the start of this lila. And one interesting lesson we can understand from this situation, Nanda Maharaj and other Vrijavasis want to worship Indra, but Krishna said, no, no need to worship Indra, you need to worship Govardhana. So there is interesting lesson which called Ananya Bhava. This called Govardhana Lila, we can understand this lesson Ananya Bhava. Ananya Bhava means so that devotee must be attached, must be dependent on Krishna. So, and we see that, of course, this is Lila. When Krishna wants to teach us something, he showed these Lilas when, I don't know if you have this in English, we have in Russian this, when mother wants to teach her daughter-in-law, he teach her daughter. You have it in English? Yeah. So mother don't teach directly the daughter-in-law. She start to speak to her daughter in the present, and there is nearby daughter-in-law. And so daughter-in-law listen what is mother teaching her daughter and understand what she wants to say. So this is Krishna. Krishna will also this way here teach us an example of his devotees. So, and we can see that Vrijavasis in the beginning of this Lila have, of course, they have this depends on Krishna. They have this attachment to Krishna. But they also, in some cases, of course, this is Lila, but they depend on Indra. So they worship Indra. Why they worship Indra? They want to get many things. Rains, many things. And our acharyas say that there is different levels of this attachment depends on Krishna. And first level calls Kanishta Asakti. Asakti means attachment. This is Kanishta attachment. When devotee, we have, of course, we have some attachment to Krishna, but we also have many other attachments, many other things. So this is called Kanishta Sakti. And this is Lila. One lesson. This explained that this step from Kanishta Sakti, when devotee attachment to Krishna, but also to many other things, to Madhyama Sakti. And Madhyama Sakti means that devotee make efforts to leave all another attachments, all another depends, all another hopes, and to be attached only to Krishna. Of course, when we depends something in our life, doctor, money, there's many things. Of course, this is works. Of course, this is works. So this is why we depend on these things, because this works. Doctor help us, money help us, family help us, so many things help us. Of course, Krishna also there, but this is cheating, because while we hope on all these things during life, they help us, but once will come death. And all these things, they were working before, and this was cheating, because this And from this, I can understand. Because I need to depend on all these things, but when death will come, we will realize this is was illusion. This doesn't work. No doctor will help us. No family will help us. No money will help us. Nothing. Nothing. Like Steve Jobs. This charity icon. And put his portrait, his gold icon, worship him. So it's, modern people worship him in their mind like a chariot, is our chariot. But in the end of his life, we read his last letter. I don't know. In Russian speaking world, it's very popular among the devotees. His last letter was very famous. He wrote that I was trying to achieve so many goals in my life: money, glory, so many things. But now, and into the situation that he was laying in the hospital, on the bed in the hospital. He was this cancer, this he know he will die. And he said in his letter he wrote that I'm lying in the hospital in the dark room, and this system, beep, 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 beep. And here, we can understand the situation. And he said that I'm lying in this situation and thinking about my life, and understand that the goals I tried to achieve was wrong. And he said that maybe I think there is another goals in life important. I don't know what these goals, but he's thinking about this. He realized. So this realization will help everyone in the moment of death. So there is all these depends, all these attachments won't help you. Won't help you. That's why this is delusion, because this is life is very, very short. Very short. And if we believe of my which will cheat us, won't help us in the moment of death. So the next level of devotion from Kanishta Asakti, so it's okay to start, it's okay to have so many attachment to Krishna, but next level is to try to make efforts to be free from these attachments. So this this lila or Kama lila teach us of Ananya Bhava, to be depends only in Krishna, to reject, to leave all other hopes. All other hopes. I asked my mentor today in the morning, he was writing to me, and asked him, if you will say sutra, very, very short, what is to be, depends only in Krishna. What is to be short. He said that to have no other arguments. It's inspired me that he said, this meaning that only Krishna, I can have happiness only from Krishna. And I have no other hopes, Something except Krishna service can do me happy. This is Lila teach. And when Krishna said that reject Indra worship, depends on the need. And Krishna will repeat this many, many times during his life, during his teaching, and the last words, the last instruction will be about it.
So your abandon of variety.
Yes, and the last part.
To not fear.
Yes, and the last part. Why do you fear? What do you do?
Thank you for my simple.
He said, Mam ekam sharanam. Mam ekam, me alone, Raja. Take shelter only me, ekam. Because why? Because during life, it's very hard to understand why I need this. But in the moment of death, we can understand that only this attachment is real. Everything else is temporary, and temporary means everything. that will go everything fast. So, and then Krishna, after while we will try to leave our attachments, it will be very hard. So lightning will be, the thunder will be, very many rains. It will be difficult to make this step from to leave all attachments and then to be attached on Krishna, to be dependent on Krishna. And and when Krishna lift up this Govardhana hill, so and he invites the devotees to come here, come here, come here. And then Srimad Bhagavatam said that Krishna tried to encourage them to come because they were afraid. Well, they're afraid because small boy is lift so big hill, so big mountain, and they were afraid that it will fall down. So, but even Goswami Maharaj said that there is our situation. We are afraid. We are afraid to depend on Krishna. We are afraid to surrender to Krishna. So that's why during our life we need to. It's okay if we are afraid to surrender to Krishna. This is okay. So we need to do this step by step during the life. And he said there is a few levels, few steps of this surrendering to Krishna. 5 steps. Our acharyas say that there is few steps. And first step in our surrender to Krishna is when we surrender him by our body. So when we came first time to the temple, we remember this experience that is we feel this fear. So this is first level of surrender to Krishna is our body. So we come to the temple. So we come, we sit here. The next level of our surrender to Krishna, when we surrender with Krishna with our senses. So this is next level. So our eyes want to see something they want to see. Our ears want to hear, they want to hear. Our tongue want to speak and to eat what he wants. But next level, when we make our senses and engage our senses in certain Krishna. This is next level. So when we look to the deities, when we smell incense, so when we speak about Krishna, in prasad, when we chant holy name, this is next level. And what you think? What is the next level? Because we can do this, but all other parts of our personality is not engaged in Krishna. So what is the next level? Mind in the after, before.
Maybe all our possessions and wealth, like money, what we have, what we own, we give to Krishna.
Yeah. In Sanskrit, acharyas call it prana, like our life energy, our creative energy. So, so the next step, when I engage my life energy, so this means everything I have in Krishna service. So, and I engage my creative potency, creative energy. I engage my plans in Krishna service. And this is prana, all prana, because I can chant, I can do service, I can come to temple. So this depends on Krishna, but everything inside me can still be independent. So next level is my prana and my life energy. So and we must, when we preaching, when we take care of devotees, It's next level to devotees to be engaged with the life prana. So when we have the Sunday program, for example, so in Ukraine, Sunday program means that everyone are engaged in Krishna service. So many friends and leaders of the temple create these possibilities to the devotees to come and engage the prana in Krishna service. Everything. So the next level is mind. Is mind because I can do many things. I can engage many things, but my mind can be independent. So what you think to what is engaged mind in Krishna service? To start his independence, and to make our minds independent of Krishna. What you think? Is she totally independent of Krishna?
Yeah.
How we can engage our mind, how we can make it dependent on Krishna, attached to Krishna.
Always thinking how to improve our service.
Temple process, yes. What else?
No, I was thinking there is that increases
So I think that it's from one because there's many answers to be always engaged in Shavana and Kirtan because your mind is thinking, always thinking what he heard and what he speak about. So there is really big importance to put our mind in Krishna, in Shastras, in Shravana and Kirtan process. So I need to listen about Krishna and I need to speak about Krishna. Because if I only listen about Krishna and don't speak about Krishna, it's more difficult to engage mind. Because when you need to speak about Krishna, when you need to preach, so your mind go more deeper in this Krishna. So this is process of learning everything. When you go to university, you are listening and then you are speaking. You are listening, then you are speaking. You are listening, you are speaking. This is process of Krishna consciousness. Yes, very important to have this regular process of Shravana and Kirtan. A very important process of Kirtan. So we need to preach. This is our mission. This is mission of Krishna who came a lot of time to preach, and this will help us to put our mind in this Krishna Katha and this Krishna defense. Yes, and the last point. Even if my mind is engaged, I have one thing left.
Desire.
Desire. Yes, desire very close. And from these levels, what next? Ego. Yes. Who I think I am. So next level of surrender to Krishna is a very deep understanding. Who I am, who I understand, because for after many years, my body can be engaged in Krishna service, my senses can be engaged in Krishna service, my prana can be engaged in my mind, even my mind can be engaged in Krishna service. But very deep inside, I understand myself as independent, as a individual. So this we need the goal of bhakti is to try to change this ego to ego of servant. So I might think about myself as a servant of Krishna, part of Krishna. Of course, in practical way, it means that I'm servant of the servant of Krishna. We have, when Yamadutas will come, if they ask who, of whom you are servant, who's your servant, who's it? We have this answer. We must have this answer. Of whom I am servant, whose dogs I am. Like I told already, that Shridhara Maharaj, the devotee of Srila Prabhupada, the disciple of Srila Prabhupada, he has had this had Prabhupada's dog. Prabhupada's dog. So, who I belong to? Because I can say that I belong to Krishna. It's very difficult to understand. So, practical way is that I'm the dog of the servant of Krishna, and servant of the some sadhu, some devotee. So this is our guru or gurus. So in practical way, that means that I need to be devoted to the guru, some devotee. Yes. And this is the deepest transformation which we must have in our life, this transformation of our ego, that I'm servant of some devotee. This is the system of Krishna. I cannot be the servant of Krishna that I can be the servant of some servant of Krishna. So, and this Leela, this Govardhana Leela showed this transformation from this Kanishka Sakti, many attachments, and to Madhyama Sakti, when devotee make efforts to leave many other attachments and depends and hopes to the Uttama Sakti, when devotee has this one, Mahakamsharam, only this one. And Queen Kunti, we can pray about this. And during this day, during this Leela, when we listen and serve to Krishna this day, we can pray about this, to have this Ananya Bhava. Krishna, I want to be surrendered only to you. I want to be dependent on you. And in practical way, we can pray to free us from all other hopes and all other detachments. And our Acharya, Queen Kunti, she had this prayer. Vai me ananya vishaya, vai ananya vishaya, ananya bhava ananya vishaya, vai ananya vishaya, nakir madhu parisati, arati kunvata katakha gangre rukham dandati. The translation, it's very inspiring for me. This is from first canto, 8th chapter, prayers by Kunti. Prayer number, verse number 24. 42. 1:8:42. Vaivinadi Vishaya Makir Marupa Isakrit Rakim Ulaha Tatha. All are platform. As Ganga's forever flows. As Ganga forever flows to the sea without hindrance, let my attraction be constantly drawn unto you, without being diverted to anyone else. This is very inspired prayer in this day. So we can pray Krishna to be dependent on Him, and to free of our pull out the attachments, and make our devotion energy to bhakti flows like a Candra flowing to the sea. Hare Krishna.
When did we worship, when we talk about Puja, which day we celebrating? The day it was lifted or the day it was put down?
Huh?
It was up for a week, wasn't it? So when we say, well, this day we're worshiping Govardhana, is that the day that Krishna picked it up? Worship Govardhana, or is it the day called Govardhana down, or is it a day in the middle of the week?
To be honest, I don't know the answer directly, I don't remember, but I think that's in Srimad Bhagavatam we read that there is starting this festival. When Krishna lifts up this hill, there is in Srimad Bhagavatam they know that this is the start of the festival.
Okay, yeah.
So I think that's but we need to check this from our seniors.
Otherwise, we can worship it for a week. The other thing is, before he went to lift the hill, I always used to wonder how he did this, because going down the hill must have been quite big,
Yeah.
and he had to stand in the middle to lift it. So how he gets from the edge to the middle? So I heard the story that his cowherd boyfriend said, there's no way we're going to let you try and do this. And they said, if you're that strong, you should be able to tie that tree in a knot. So there's still a tree there, but that's all twisted. You know? So Krishna tied it into a knot, going, okay. And then he went down a tunnel under Govardhana, came up in the middle. And when he came up, he was on a raised platform, and the bottom of Govardhana was like this. And as he was holding it like that, from the top of Govardhana to the floor was 30 meters. So it was like over 100 feet. So there's plenty of room for everybody to get inside. You know?
Mhm.
So it was just, I didn't know that until Sri Ramaj was researching what the acharyas were saying about Swamis, and then they come up with all this other information, which is there in the original question book.
Yeah.
You were aware of that he went into the tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the question is, what did he do when he put Govardhana down? He told everyone to go, they all ran away. Then he put it down, so did he go back down the tunnel and come out the side?
I think yes.
I guess he must have done it. And also it's described that when they were underneath Govardhana, it wasn't just like pieces of mud falling down and worms dropping down on them. The underneath of Govardhana was like a peacock feathers, you know. And it was expanding and contracting, and the residents were realizing that it was big enough to give the whole universe shelter. Interesting.
I was hearing actually initially he picked up not with the pinky, as Sanatana Goswami writes, but with the whole hand, the whole left hand. And Mother Yashoda was so worried, he said, you know, my little boy, how can you possibly hold this? And then just to, in one sense, agitate it even more, but to alleviate her fears, then he goes from the hand to the pinky. You know, when a child is riding a bike in the parent of life, when he suddenly does no handed. Just mentioning I shouldn't
Sorry, what was that again?
initially he picked it up with the left hand, not the pinky. But then when Mother Yashoda, he saw Mother Yashoda was so agitated and so worried, then he flicked the pinky.
Sure.
Oh
yeah, there's a question as well. Is it when he was holding it, that some of the Rajvasis were thinking that they had to massage his hand? So I'm not sure if I did hear this, that he swapped hands so they could massage their hand, and then he went back. Is that true? So when he was holding it with the left hand, the Rajvasis wanted to take his left hand and give it a massage because they were worried he was going to strain himself. So did he go like that and then let them?
I don't know.
Anyone have it? Well, at one point it looked like he was going to drop it, and the cowhead member was saying, "We're actually the ones that are lifting it." They were on the sticks, you know. especially when he started to drop it. So then Krishna kind of showed him that it's heavy, you let it go a little bit, and they were like, and they realized, okay, Krishna's not. So one of the questions. And so Govardhana Hill is shrinking by 1/16, so eventually Govardhana Hill will just be coming out the ground. So would it then be a good idea for us to dig the soil and excavate Govardhana? Because they say that once Govardhana disappears, that's when Kali Yuga comes in full force. So every day Govardhana goes down the sesame seed, Mayapur becomes stronger. Every day in Kali Yuga that we go on, Mayapur Dharma gets stronger, and the Dharma receives the Govardhana receives, and then the Braj, the dust from Govardhana, from Vrindavan starts to disappear, and then Kali Yuga starts to get stronger.
Yes, yesterday I was looking at excursion into the Mayapur temple, this Vedic planetarium temple, yes, online excursion. Some devotees go in and many devotees give excursion, and he said that after this temple will be finished, Krishna consciousness will spread all over the world.
Wow.
Many acharyas, it's fantastic what you said about that Mayapur will be a capital, spiritual capital of world, maybe universe. Yes, and many acharyas, Sanatana Goswami, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and few other acharyas, I don't remember here named them. They saw this temple before it was many years ago. They saw this temple. It's very interesting how devotees see spiritual reality, and now it is step by step is building. It's revealed from spiritual to this.
Einstein was saying that the time is like the surface of a pond. So if you drop a bomb on Hiroshima, then it sets out ripples, and then those ripples come. So if somebody's seen anything like a planetarium like that is built, then the acharyas can pick up on it even though they're here, because they're on a 300-yard platform. So because that's happened, in the future it'll send out ripples, and into the past it sends out ripples as well.
And they said that they build this temple in that way that it will be okay in 500 years. So this temple, a very planetarium, will exist for 500 years after this.
500.
500 years.
Which is good.
Yes, devotee are thinking a million years, day of Brahma, billion years, 500 years.
At least we know that we can go on and go back, especially
Yeah, they use very expensive materials to build this, very expensive. And they do it very. Okay, Shri Govardhana Puja, Shri Govardhana Lila Ki,
Jai.
Shila Prabhupada, Patita Pavana Ki,
Jai. Hari Om. Jai.
Yay!
Jaya Giri Govardhana.